Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 5 of Expert Division in League Zero. My name is Payne, and I'm casting with my casting partner.
You
Why don't
forgot
you
my name,
introduce
didn't you? Definitely forgot my name. My name is Hedwig. I'm your Expert Division Coordinator. It's so wonderful to be casting. He definitely fucking
You
forgot
guys
my
are
name.
so scuffed.
NA production, lads. NA production.
We've been sitting here for 10 minutes. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not our fault. Today we're going to have the Chengdu Chads go against Z9. Z9 being 1-3, and Chengdu Chads being 3-1. It's going to be a very exciting game for today, but my bet is that Chengdu Chads are going to win. What about you, Hedwig? What do you think?
I'd absolutely would agree with that. No offense to Z9. I think they're a decent team, but A, they don't have their main starting and probably one of the best, if not the best main tanks in the entire league, who is Ultra. They're also just not nearly as good on basically every role. The only thing is that their team is kind of Chengdu Chad's team is kind of soft around right now. Fireclaw is usually their main tank and Genie is usually their flex support, but they're missing a DPS.
And someone DC'd.
No.
Never mind. What happened?
Don't worry about it. I
Okay.
thought he needed a pause. Anyway, but other than that, there's not really a whole ton of issues I'm gonna see with this roster. Like Zera's was the league MVP. Ducky, who is Thirsty Grain right now, is a very solid off tank. Adam is probably one of the best main supports in the entire league.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good match that we can watch. It's supposed to be running Shadow Goats, in a sense, with the Reinhardt and the Zarya. And Zera seems just to be wiping the floor with Z9 as soon as the game starts, getting two crucial picks and forcing Z9 to disengage and go all the way back to their spawn.
Well, that doesn't shock me. It's what we said. It's not necessarily going to be a roll, but this is definitely going to be very, very difficult if they want any chance of winning. It's probably going to honestly be down to the DPS trying to out DPS Zera.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing good, as you also have to watch out for Thrifty Grain, who is completely charged. And once Chengdu Chad is able to get two more picks, forcing Z9 back into their spawn once again and off the point as they just continue to rack up more and more scores.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 30%, which isn't a ton. However, these fights have all been basically instantly won in an extremely dominant fashion by the side of Chengdu Chads.
Yeah, it just looks good. Zero pressing Q in ult in the middle of the team fight. He does make his way towards the rest as Vexy inevitably gets at him, but it doesn't look good for C9 as they just press W and they just win.
I gotta be honest, I don't like Vexy on this Echo. It's not nearly enough damage, and when you're trying to contest a powerhouse team like Chengdu Chads, you can't be running a DPS that relies so heavily on pick potential because, let's be real here, their only option really for Echo to get a kill is probably Adam, which she gets once. Probably not going to get again, though.
Well, Vexy seemed to have a chance right there, but he was immediately shot down by the Zarya. And while Z9 did put up a valiant attempt, putting in the Earth Shatter and some other ults as the EMP, it didn't seem to work as Genie just pressed Q in response and Z9 just fell over.
Now, they're going to have two ults here against none from the side of Chengdu Chads. I want to see what they're going to be able to do with this Echo ult. It also really depends on who they copy. Is going to be Vexy.
Yeah, they definitely seem to use it to get to the Reaper, and that's double the damage you have right now. It's definitely forcing them off the point, and with Vexy getting that ultimate out, it just seems to be wiping the rest of the team off of the point. And they are able to cap it at 99-0. Let's see if they can hold on to it. It doesn't look good for them.
They are going to be coming up soon on 3 ultimates. Their 2 tank ultimates and that Coalescence. The main problem is really Zera does have that Death Blossom right now, and MK is nowhere near a he'll never get a beat in time.
Yeah, it doesn't really look good for them, but with that ult coming out and Zira not being able to die from the coalescence, it looks like Vexy's already gonna die. And once again, Zira is just getting those picks and denying any chance Z9 may have had at winning this battle.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a stomp, and there's no chance for even anything resembling a recontest. Just a very nice overall play. The only real reason was that they had a final ult advantage, mainly because Chengdu popped like way more ults than they really needed, like a beat and a couple other things on that fight prior to it.
Yeah, it's hard to identify the problems that have come out and what they need to fix, because you know it just looks like Chengdu is this chatified wall, and they're just running into them, except the wall is so chatified it has abs that are spikes, and they're just killing themselves on it.
There were multiple things physically wrong with that. I don't think a wall can have abs, and B, chatified isn't. Yeah.
Just skip it. Just skip it.
Okay, whatever.
They're meeting each other right in the middle of the battlefield, both rocking the Zari, the Symmetra, and the Junkrat, just dealing as much damage as it can. The main tanks are almost afraid to meet each other out on the field, as Juice and Matthew are just playing merry-go-round around the whatever that is in the middle of the point, and it just seems to be a stalemate as both teams are just trying to swing their hammer. Juice is inevitably forced off of the point as Chengdu Chads maintain more control over it. There's still no one to contest it, but inevitably Chengdu Chads force them off so much that they get the point, and Juice inevitably goes down. With the coalescence coming out, it seems like they're just going to be able to wipe the rest of Z9 off of the floor as they disengage, which is a nice disengage, but they still lost the fight.
Yeah, the thing about this composition is that it's all about the space you control. And on that point, Chengdu controlled all of the space. Even though no one on the side of Z9 had died, just based on the fact that they had so much more space, oh my god, that just allowed them to easily win.
Ooh, that Zira getting that tire fairly easily, even with the coalescence getting Matthew. That's a huge tire denial. But Z9 seem to have this fight in their hands as they just wade through Chengdu Chads and overthrow them. And I gotta say, in that fight, you know, it looked like they were dealing with a bunch of Chengdu Prads instead of Chengdu Chads, you know?
Are you okay?
Can I request a new casting partner, please? Like, I think I'm gonna request a new casting partner, but I honestly don't know how they lost it. I'm guessing it had something to do with the wall, Symmetra wall just being better.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to win this fight as they engage with the Graviton, but whoa! Double the shatter, everyone is down, and it doesn't look like Z9 is going to be able to maintain control much longer. Vexy does inevitably get Zira, but they are off the point, and Chengdu Chads cap it once again, and it's just, they're just maintaining controls. They evolved back to Chads from Brads. It's an amazing process nature is, you know?
I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay, off of that note, we're just gonna, like, you know, I could mute him. But off of that note, we're seeing Azali actually gets 0, which is a really nice kill because he's an enormous source of damage for the side of Chads.
Yeah, those abilities from Doofus would definitely come in clutch. They're going to try to salvage this with the ult, but Genie gets caught out by Azali, and once again, Z9 really showing a different side of them from the other map. They're going to be able to take control once again, but it is 95, so they need to win every single fight from now on. And I don't know if they can manage that, because Chengdu Chads really just is so aggressive, and I don't think Z9 really knows how to deal with it all the time.
they have Grab, they have Beat, and they have Shatter. If they can utilize these ults correctly, then they can absolutely win this. The problem is they're popping their ults first.
They're definitely engaging with all of their ults immediately, but it doesn't work out completely as planned, as Thrifty Grain is caught out and inevitably killed. And Chengdu Tads are going to make the right choice, and they're just going to disengage. Azali decides to, I think Azali wants to catch them out a little bit and get the stagger, and he does. He does inevitably get Zero on the stagger, giving Z9 some more times, and now we're entering one fight territory.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of honestly looking a little scary for Chengdu Chads because they only have 2 ults, and they're running into... Actually, it's mirror ults, but the problem is Vexy and Marky are much closer to their ults than Fire and Zira, and the only other ult maybe on the side of Chads is Wall.
Yeah, oh, that's huge. Zira is caught out of 5v6 as both beats are placed. Matthew does do a huge shatter, but Juice with the counter shatter, and Vexy cleans them up, mopping them off the floor, showing them who's in charge of this Overwatch high school.
What?
Because they're Chads.
How am I supposed to get through at minimum 3 more maps with you? That was just really clean play. Also, Matt just completely missed his charge. Which I wasn't expecting, but it ended up... Matt got a good shatter, don't get me wrong. Juice's was just better.
Yeah, I know Juice is a bro, and I know how talented he is, and I gotta say, like, in a favor of Juice versus Matthew in a Ryan v Ryan, I would always choose Juice.
Payne, weren't you an old staff member?
I was the manager of leagues of One Trick Wonders back in season 0.
I can see why that team fell apart. Anyway, does look like Chengdu Chads is gonna have more map control than Z9. Once again, like, they're forcing the map out of this bridge, and the entirety of Z9 is just falling so low. Why is Vexy on this Echo?
It's just, they're so aggressive right now, and because of that, they're just giving up the point. There's so much frontline aggression on it because of that lack of the Reaper instead of the Echo who's trying to flank. Juice is just pressing S when he should be pressing W.
I do not like this Echo pick for Vexy. Vexy's Reaper was one of the main reasons they won last, and now they have a Zally on it and Vexy on this Echo. It didn't work for you first map. Why would you try something that didn't work? Why not keep the thing that did?
I don't know what's up. Well, at least they do have a Reaper right now who seems to be flanking a little bit. I wouldn't really advise this, as I feel like the Reaper should be with the tanks in front, and he's just caught out, and Thrifty Grain is just going to delete him, making it a 5v6. They do invest the Coalescence, but with the Shatter gone and Lucio on the floor, they have no frontline presence at all. Vexy does try to make up for the Reaper absence by forming a Reaper of his own, but it doesn't work. Matthew does go down though, that's huge, but with that hack, it's just over. No Sift coming in with the hero play, and Vexy showing Hedwig why he shouldn't complain about the Echo.
Yeah,
actually, he got 2 kills on Reaper on Echo, so that just proves my point even more that she should be on Reaper. Excuse you.
Listen, you're complaining too loudly. Vexy heard you and decided to prove you wrong. Now let's see if they can hold them. Luckily, they didn't take it at 99%, so there is, if they lose it, they do have the option to come back again. I am a little afraid because the frontline aggression is just so much coming out from Chengdu Chads that Z9 is not going to be able to handle it. What do you think, Vexy?
Vexy?
Hedwig. Oh, my bad.
Wow, this is
Chengdu Chads engages with the beat, completely going in, but Vexy getting Fireclaw, and Matthew without the healing. Azali is just going to tear through the front line.
Not only did he get Fireclaw, he got Fireclaw mid-Coalescence, which means he's not going to have that ultimate.
That is huge coming up from Vexy. Maybe we were wrong to say, like, okay, the Echo might not be good, but anyway, we don't know. There's 70% more until Z9 has to win.
Well,
So
not
let's
just
see if
that,
they
but
can
also they're on 87. The sort of quote-unquote magic number is 85. If you get to 85%, you're one-fight territory. If you get past it, the enemy team isn't going to get a full-on fight. So they're currently technically past that, which means it's going to be very hard for Z9 to recontest this if they lose it.
Oh, what's this? Zero is caught out. He's in the back line with 69 health. Can he even make it back? He can. Azali is just going to press Q and kill him. Azali does get hacked out of his ult as Marquib is killed, but Azali is in there. He is doing the damage he needs to do, and with Vexy ultimate echoing as D.Va, it seems like they're just going to wipe him up. Another team fight won.
Once again, the mirror ultimates are coming up, both tank ults for both teams. The main thing here now is Genie actually, well, I was going to say Genie is going to get his ult. The problem is he's dead, which means he's going to be late to this next fight.
Yeah, they already have the advantage. That's a huge stagger. Now they're going to have to wait for Genie to come back. And this is it. This is one fight territory. Can Vexy prove you wrong? I don't know if they can. We'll have to see. The main players have to come out from Juice. They are gonna come in straight in, and Vexy's gonna get Genie again. Oh, that's huge! Oh, that's huge! And it's over. Z9's gonna be able to take the match.
Oh, wait, maybe not.
But again, coming out with a 3v, but it's a 3v3. Can they even make it? Genie's probably gonna have to come rushing in, teleporting in, trying to delay as much as he can. He's go ahead and press his Q, but he's at 28 health. Can he even make it out in time? The ball comes out with the Lucio, and it looks like Chengdu Chads have a chance to come back in here as another team fight comes in again. The Coalescence coming out from Fireclaw, trying to get rid of the D.Va and just pumping the team full of heals again. It does end up working. But Zero goes down instead, and Juice is back on the field. There is a shield in there. Can they even deal more damage as Matthew goes down? The ball, the distraction is gone. They're going to focus on the front line. It's just a D.Va remaining. Vexy's coming in with the Echo. That's huge.
Oh,
the amount
no.
of Fireclaw off the map. That's all the healing gone. That's it for Z9. They're able to take the first map.
I saw that bomb happen because I saw they were all shattered and the bomb was right in front of them. And like, oh, this could be huge. But no, Z9 is able to stabilize and take first map somehow.
I think you caster cursed the Chengdu Chads into the Chengdu incels on that map. I'm gonna be honest.
What the? I mean,
You can't just say that, man.
you can't just say that on stream.
Yo, whoever's watching this, you got a treat, bro.
This is the full on. Why is Hedwig the one who gets the worst casters? When I cast with Red Knight, our games take 2.5 hours because the teams pause for most of the time.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is amazing.
Here I am getting harassed for my creative descriptions. I wouldn't say that I'm the worst. I would say that I'm carrying this map harder than Vexy is carrying Z9.
Easy clap.
We will be going to hybrid next, which is probably one of my favorite map types because our map pool for this game is literally the 3 best hybrid maps in the game. Like, you don't have a bad choice. It's Kings, Ike, and Hollywood. I feel bad for Eichenwald in that it's a good map. Like, it's a really good map, honestly. I really like Eichenwald. The problem is it's also competing against Kings and Hollywood, aka 2 of the best designed maps in the entire game. So I don't know how often it's actually going to be able to get played.
Yeah, I'm sure it would get like a pity pick in like a 4-map series probably.
Maybe, yeah. Although, even then, like, depending on which team gets to pick it, it's probably still going Kings Row. R from one team, just waiting for the R from Z9. This is fun to watch, though, because what's happening is, as we got the R from, is Chengdu Chads are taking first control pretty much the entire time. But on both other maps, besides the first one, and the first one maybe was just an anomaly, Z9 is able to take it back and then control it.
Now, on King's Road, do you think we're gonna see some more Shadow Goats coming out? I like to call it Shadow Goats for the Reaper Sombra, Ryan Zarya.
I'd say.
Do you think we're gonna see more of that, or do you think Vexy's gonna flex onto the Echo? Vexy's gonna flex onto the Echo.
Huh? Okay. There's a brig. I was concerned.
Guys, I can't remember. Yeah, it's, as you said, it is that Shadow Brawl thingy, whatever. It's basically the meta, so people aren't going to not play it. Like, the only time was when Vexy is currently choosing to play this Echo. Although, now that I think about it, Echo is actually very strong. Like, her ultimate is literally the best ultimate in the game because it's every other ultimate. Like, I don't think there's any argument for why Echo isn't the best ultimate.
Yeah, but the question is, can it, like, outperform the Sombra? Because Sombra is so good at denying any ultimates.
I mean,
and that's, like,
so far
the complete opposite of Echo, who is all the ultimates. And it seems like Chengdu Chads are going to take this by going into the room and forcing them right around as they're just being completely aggressive, and it's working out for them as Juice is falling with Azalea, and in one decisive blow, they separated and sealed their own fate. Vexy does end up getting Matthew, but is it enough, as it is a 3v5 with, with Zip dead and the Moira hacked, and it seems like Chengdu Chad is going to take this pretty confidently.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, that was a roll, and you see that, although honestly, Vexy and Marky did a very nice job of building up their ultimates, so it's not going to be a complete ultimate disadvantage for the side of Z9.
Well, it seems like Vexy's going to stick onto this Echo as Z9 is going to make his way up. They're not going to make their way too up as, I'm sorry, Chengdu Chads make their way up, but they're not going to make their way too up as Z9 is right there to meet them. However, that's exactly what they want as they unleash the Earth Shatter. Vexy can't even use their ultimates as he is stunned out of that. And another very decisive win coming out from Chengdu Chads.
And I mean, the other problem is they actually only used one ult, or they both used two ults. The problem is they popped the Echo ultimate, which is not an ultimate you want to had wasted. It should copy the Reinhardt and then just get insta shattered.
It's really unfortunate, and Genie looking for that huge, oh, that's massive. 5 people fall to the EMP. Vexy is able to get Fire Claw, but is it gonna matter as they inevitably end up investing the beat and the grab? Oh, it comes out. They seem to be forced off of point, but it looks completely winnable for Z9. Oh, I say that. And Thrifty, Grain, and Zero just clean up the rest of them.
Not only that, Azali's more commonly known as Peter, he pops his Death Blossom. Is something happening?
Oh. All right. Well, it seems they're going to re-team up as, man, Chengdu Chads have not been stopped out. Genie's found out. They know Genie's in the backline. Zip tries to spy check for him, but they don't really find Genie as they find the translocator. Genie not being able to get any value as Chengdu Chads does push up farther. They inevitably abandon the point because they can't go any further. In fact, they're giving up so much ground right now.
If you're gonna get them to stop, this is the place you want to stop them, I guess.
Genie tries to get out a hack onto the Moira, but it doesn't work out as Zip punishes them for that.
Yeah,
wow,
I mean,
I'm tripping over words.
You are struggling today. Genie's gonna have that EMP though. That's gonna be probably their biggest ultimate. I'm guessing we're gonna see an EMP shatter.
It would be a great ultimate combination coming out from them, as Genie's just trying to make his way towards the back. He does end up getting detected, but no one really finds him for it. There comes the ult. That's huge. 5-man shatter as Matthew just presses W going into them, and Zira racking up the kills. You know, as Ali tries to save it with the tire, but that just ends up leaving him stranded. and he just ends up dying in the end.
They don't even get a touch. Almost 4 minutes. That is insane.
4 seconds from 4 minutes. It's kind of fitting.
0-3. Switching sides.
That was a ridiculously fast push, though. It's going to be very hard for Z9 to match that.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of liking how the Echo is going to perform. And I think if Echo doesn't get, shattered and denied all of their ultimate, I think that Echo could be pretty good on offense. Because they don't really have so many people to deal with them. And that ultimate's really coming in clutch. However, Genie is really outperforming the Echo in terms of hack efficiency and EMP efficiency.
Oh, definitely. Genie's just doing so much work. His EMPs have been mostly on point. Like, I haven't seen a lot of, actually, any really bad ones. They're building all of these ults so fast, but it's not just how fast they're building, it's how well they're using them in cohesion with each other. Cohesion?
Yeah, totally. Now, what do you think is going to be Z9's win condition?
Pocket Vexy until he carries.
Huh. That was easy.
Unfortunately, that's like really all I can think of, because the main problem they're experiencing is honestly just a level of skill difference. It's not necessarily that they're playing this comp bad, it's just that the enemy team is really, really good. So if the enemy team is really, really good, why not pocket the player who seems to be causing the biggest difference for you? And that player, in my opinion, is Vexy.
I don't know. Vexy seems to be doing really good on this Echo, killing Matthew when it seemed that Chengdu chat had the advantage. Juice was hacked. He was open like a turkey dinner, just on display. They were ready for it, but Vexy in the backline said, "No way! It's my turkey dinner. No one's stopping me from eating juice." And he just absolutely gets rid of Matthew. And
dude, the stream already thinks you're drunk. You're not helping.
What the hell? Okay. I mean, he's already 80% to his ultimate, and Echo's ultimate doesn't actually build all that fast, like, all things considered. We were talking about a fast first point cap. That's a pretty fast first point cap if I've ever seen one as well.
Yeah, both of these teams taking only one fight to absolutely doing things, but it's Chengdu Chads with this very aggressive defense, engaging with the coalescence. Matthew again ends up falling first, and Vexy with the Echo ult just deals enough damage to just distract everyone, and it doesn't seem good. Fireclaw tries to prevent the cart from going anywhere, but
I don't really think they wanted that Echo ult there. Like, if you saw Vexy got basically nothing from it, I think they would have preferred to save that. Vexy might have either panic ulted or just thought they needed it. I think they popped both DPS ults actually at the same time.
They seem to. Genie's coming up on this EMP, so we're really looking for Chengdu Chads to come back in style here, as they're just going to press Q and win. So here we go with the ultimate. It only gets the tank line, which isn't the best option. In fact, it's probably a bad option as Fireclaw goes down. Zip may be down, but that's the difference between supports down and tanks down. As a nice shatter coming out from Juice, and Zira is just by himself. He does end up getting back to safety, but is this a fight you want to take at all? As a 4v3 with the Rhine doesn't seem good. Zira trying to flank, getting that Death Blossom up enough so maybe he can make a hero play.
The problem is he gets literally nothing from it, and Grab comes out and they don't have Coalescence to counter it.
It's a little awkward, but Chengdu is making plays to take the point back as Z9 waits a little bit. And now they're going to go in. Thrifty Crane trying to stop them with the Diva ult. It doesn't get anything, but it gives them space, and that's what they really need. As Vexy's out here alone, trying to deal damage with the Echo ult again. You got to be careful for this, as they have it. They're in the suck, getting the Moira. which can be
Okay.
useful. It can be useful. The Coalescence is a great ultimate to use, and definitely wins team fight. But it doesn't seem like they're going to even need it at all.
I mean, they're guaranteed a smaller time bank, I think. I don't think they can physically cap this point in 30 seconds. But I mean, still, if they can get a plus 3-minute time bank, that's going to be huge for them because of the way Overwatch does it. For those of you who are watching who haven't really seen a lot of games get these high of time banks, the clocks will actually revert so that the lowest time gets set to 2 minutes and the highest time is just the 2 minutes plus the difference.
A very interesting compositional change, as Zero actually matches the Echo instead of going Reaper. It seems like throughout this battle, they're realizing the proficiency Echo provides, and well, it seems that they're going to go for a compositional change as Vexy goes to Sombra and Azalea goes to Reaper.
Interesting. So the second Zero goes onto this Echo, which, by the way, he's at 70% of his ult. They haven't even actually taken a full-on fight. He's just been farming this ultimate off, which is insane. But the second he goes to that Echo, they decide to swap pumps.
And it seems to be working out for Chengdu Chads as they're able to get Matthew, even though Azalea falls. The Echo ult does come out, but it doesn't really do much. It distracts enough time for Genie to get a hack in, but Genie's just, wow, Vexy is just narrowed him down, completely denied any skill he could have had, and Z9 looking really good. Was the Echo a possible bait?
Maybe. I mean, fun fact, you said looking good for Chengdu. Matt's on Chengdu.
Yeah, not looking good for Chengdu. I mean, I'm so sorry. You know, Chengdu Chads are 3-1 right now. It makes sense that Chengdu would win fights, but to my surprise, they're not winning fights.
I mean,
they're winning some fights.
Granted, they have a 3-minute 15 time bank, which is certainly good, but I was not expecting Z9 to get a pretty decent time bank of their own. I think they only were, well, they were a minute 15 below, which is not a whole, it's about a fight or two maybe, which makes sense. Chads were able to hold them once on second and once on second and once on third, while Z9 was really only able to hold them on third.
Yeah, I'm really liking this Z9 look. Like, normally we've seen Shadow Dive and Shadow Goats so much, but this new Echo form of DPS just seems to be working out. Vexy really coming in clutch. And most of the time, he doesn't even need to come in clutch. He just presses E and focuses down the person who is already half health, and it just works. It just works.
I mean, it's insane how well this is working for them. I really like it, though. Like, this is not the Z9 I have seen in previous games, and I was worried for them because they don't have Ultra. One of the big things about this team is that it was kind of built for Ultra. However, maybe they don't need him. Who needs Ultra when Juice is performing out of his mind, honestly?
Yeah, I would say Juice is outplaying Matthew, but 100%. It's pretty close to call. As Juice just makes his way forward, and with a new Hanzo Echo look. Vexy. Oh my god, me trying to break down the comp of the Chengdu Chads while Vexy is just pressed. Vexy just has aimbot on.
Vexy just went, so I know I'm good at Echo, and I know I'm good at Reaper, but let me just show you how good I am at Widow, too.
Yeah, he's definitely showing why Chengdu Chad should be scared of his really deep hero pool.
Like, those are three not really similar characters.
Chengdu Chads are the Chads, but are they the Chads?
Was that supposed to be, like, some weird meta thing?
Well, you know, Chads are alpha gamers, and it doesn't look like these gamers are kind of alpha, as, you know, Z9 is kind of threatening their status. I mean, the only reason they lost the game last time was because they couldn't play, I believe.
Yeah, I think they forfeited.
Yeah. So, they never really lost the game. I mean, I figured that they were the best team in the league, and Z9 really making it look like this division is much more closer than you can think. Isaiah coming out with the tire, trying to get some value out of it.
I was like, that's not going to get anything. The problem is they're so far away from the tire that there's nothing.
What?
Juice getting fireclaw somehow.
Juice, he gets shattered, but Matthew's dead, and with that, he can just unleash his own shatter of his own. Oh no! Oh no! Genie denies any hope Z9 had of progressing any further as he just cleans up with Zira there to beam down the survivors.
If that grab dragon combo was dirty, and I mean that's the whole reason they had that Hanzo. Like, don't get me wrong, Hanzo is okay, but there's no reason to run him over a Reaper or Sombra other than getting a grab dragon combo, because there's nothing to counter it besides a beat, which they use to counter other ultimates.
What do you guys think about the chat saying that Genie should stick to support after those?
I mean,
Genie had some pretty good headshots on Hanzo, and honestly, you know, he's performing pretty well. I don't know who he's subbing in for, and I don't know how well the person he subs in for does normally. But I don't really have any complaints for Genie's performances.
Bun is...
Oh, Bun! The Bun!
As in, you know, probably the best hit scan in the league.
Oh, yeah. Genie should probably stick to support.
I mean, they don't really have a choice because the problem is Gorilla Grip is scrimming right now, so Zira and Genie just opted to not go to the scrim.
I'm sorry, what? What team name?
Gorilla Grip Gaming, aka the Contenders Trials team.
Oh, that's a fun name.
It is a fun name.
It's actually why Ultra's not here either, because Ultra is their main tank.
Huh.
Yeah, so we're seeing Zira. Genie's mirroring this Widow. I wonder if he can do quite as well as Vexy did, and as Zelly is on McCree?
He's definitely trying to get a headshot before he switches back to Hanzo. He's been pretty solid on their Hanzo. I'm not sure if they're going to get picks because they're really hiding out here, you know, really going behind the hotel. But the presence still on point is there. I'm mostly waiting to see how Zira is going to really engage here and who can get ults first, because that is the most important part about fighting in overtime.
The main difference you're going to notice is Adam's running the Mercy instead of the Lucio. That's like the main difference because he's pocketing Zira.
It seems to be working pretty well as Juice is the first one to go down, followed by Vexy. Thrifty Grain is just pressing W and M1 at the same time, and it's working.
You know, I was questioning the McCree pick, and I can kind of, and I mean, you kind of proved me why I was questioning. It doesn't do enough damage, and it doesn't counter anything hard enough to really be worth it. Like, I understand now he has High Noon, so I guess that's why he's not swapping off, but I'd still rather see him on something completely different. Vexy, kind of risky there.
Yeah, let's see how Z9 is going to engage here. They don't have a lot of ults to use, and Zira is definitely going to engage with the Echo ult. That's a very smart idea, as you have two Reinhardts on the field. How can your front line possibly do anything? Oh, but without any other support, Zira is just going to be executed out of the way. But
it's not going to matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As the rest of Chengdu Chad just wipes up Z9 and takes a solid win on map 2.
1-1, which means we're definitely going to at least map 4. If you were to tell me that this is how close the series would be, though, I would not at all believe you.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking this mid-game adjustment that Chengdu Chads have made to go for an Echo Hanzo. And I'm not sure if that's like a totally random thing that they just made up on the spot because they're freaking geniuses, or if this was plan B.
Well, the Echo Hanzo, it's probably a combo of A, just the fact that Hanzo Dragon is impossible to counter, and B, yeah, they're rather smart. As our next map type will be... we have... That's not the pin section that I'm looking for. Escort next.
Payne, Kern wants to know if you're okay. Or wait, Kern
Am I
wants to
okay?
know. Yeah.
Chat or Curd?
Kern Master.
Kern Master. No, I'm doing pretty good.
You're
How are
pretty
you,
good?
Kern Master? See, the most important part of any game is to have fun, and I'm having fun, and that's what really counts, right?
Not really. You
I mean, a
want to
scuffed
win.
game deserves scuffed casters.
If you want a scuffed caster, I guess I'm your goat because I don't think I've had one actual game that went according to plan this entire season that I've casted.
Well,
Let's see, I've
expert
had...
division. All of these guys are in like open division, and they have a lot of talent. So, I'm not surprised.
Well, no, they're just Papega and don't know how to do anything.
Or that too.
Okay.
I'm their div cord. I'm allowed to call them out.
These guys are kind of great. No, they're garbage. Go away.
I'm trying to figure out what map they're gonna play. It's Dorado, Gibraltar, and Rialto. It's Z9's pick. They have 5 minutes to choose. If I were Z9, I know Echo works for me, but I also know that Zero is very good at Echo, which is terrifying. So you'd want a map. I don't necessarily say Gibraltar because Matt isn't very good at Monkey.
Honestly, I would pick, if it was me and I was a GM, big brain but small brain person, I would pick Dorado.
Explain that.
Well, I feel like Dorado has a lot of airspace, and it would allow for more good plays coming out from Vexy and Zero on the Echo. And I feel like it would just, Vexy is really good on Echo, and I feel like a map that complements a hero that can fly and really use the map to its fullest efficiency, I feel like that would tip the balance into Z9's favor.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. My main question is, why did they swap Juice and Dash? Dash is not a tank player as far as I'm aware. Oh, I guess he is a tank player. Never mind. I thought he was a DPS.
Is he off tank or is he main tank?
That's a good question. Off tank.
It looks like off tank.
I'm guessing from this that we're going to see maybe some Hog and Ball, which I know is off meta. However, Hog and Ball can have its uses at any level, because this is not Overwatch League, so the wrong meta isn't going to get punished incredibly. So maybe they're gonna throw Chengdu Chads off their horse and take the map with off meta.
That's their best chance at winning, I'd say. They're gonna choose Rialto, I'm guessing they mean.
Retail.
I'm not.
Chengdu has a deafened player.
Chengdu has a deafened player?
Yeah, they deafened themselves.
Okay, I mean, oh well.
GG.
Who deafened themselves?
Recto, please save me.
Oh, that would be Genie.
Genie.
Okay, They choose defense. I'm not shocked by that. Most teams opt for defense when they're playing maps because defense is kind of like the main thing. What's it called? What the hell is happening?
So,
defense is kind
what
of like
comps do you expect for us to see coming out from Z9 and Chengdu Chads?
Probably the same thing they've been running. Only thing is that CC might continue with this Echo Mercy, which was working really well for them because Zira is a very high skill player. And, well, I think in a 1v1 Vexy might beat him on Echo. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't seen them actually 1v1. He's getting pocketed by a Mercy. Vexy is not, which means he's always going to win. Like,
yeah, really excited to see some Zera action, especially against Vexy. I really like the Echo choices. I think, like, for me, I made a little Echo and Gold Ladder, so it's fun to see Echo, someone you play, and you know I can take notes while I'm casting Genie jumping off the map.
It's probably, I wonder if he's actually going to stay on this Widow. I don't think so.
I think it's a bait, probably.
Yeah, sure. That makes a bit more sense, although I haven't actually seen Hanzo. Okay. That's
going again
choice.
with this Hanzo Echo.
Hanzo seems to be Genie's best DPS. Which means these two players are both projectile players, so I'm not surprised we're seeing two projectiles played. Just kind of trying to force one of them onto hit scan would be a bit rough. Only exception is like putting Zera on a Reaper or Sombra.
Yeah, Z9 seem to be coming out with Pig's Feet and another variant of double sniper. Instead of the Hanzo, they're gonna have Vexy on the Ashe, which can be pretty good. I think.
I've actually run this comp. My team has run this comp before in scrims. It's basically, how to describe it? It's best described as a spam comp. Basically, the entire team plays very split from each other. The Sig and the Hog do their own thing. The sort of trio of Ashe, Mercy, Zen do their own thing. Hog does his own thing, and then Widow does their own thing. And it's very effective at dealing, actually, with the comp that we're seeing Chengdu Chad's run, because, as you see, what the heck are they supposed to do? Shield doesn't really work if you're getting hit from two directions.
Yeah, Azalea coming out with a very clutch flank, getting two, and Zero was in the backline trying to do something, but it doesn't work. It didn't work at all. I'm really liking this comp coming out. Z9's kind of
they're running wacky comps. Like,
yeah,
these
and
are
it's
not
working.
Standard comps, and that's why it's working, because Chad's is a very well-practiced team. Dear Lord, Azali. Chad's is a very well-practiced team, but if you've never practiced against a comp, it doesn't matter how skillful you are if you don't know how to beat it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know I use wordplay for the names a lot, but seeing a team run wacky comps and non-meta comps against a team named after Chengdu, it's kind of ironic. In a sense.
No, I completely agree. It's like completely ironic because Chengdu are the kings of running. Oh my god, Zip. But Chengdu are the kings of running the strangest comps, and well, now an opponent of a legacy Chengdu, they're running just as strange comps.
Yeah. They inevitably try to adjust to this form of Pig's Feet by going dive tanks with the same DPS that they've had. I don't know how well this is going to work, but it adds more mobility than stability, which can come in effect when, which can come in clutch when your enemies just focus on doing random things in flanks. Oh my god, that boulder! Coming out from Zip, completely denying any mobility Zero could have had, and Vexy just cleans it up with the Bob. This is looking... I'm really impressed from all these things coming out from Z9. Dash does end up falling, and Genie, with a good Dragon Sight, disrupts Vexy and what they're trying to do, and inevitably gets rid of the other sniper, and it looks like Z9 is just going to try to get out as much as they can.
What I'll say also about Z9's comp that I think is going to work in their favor, it doesn't rely on ultimates. They don't need ultimates to win fights because it's pick reliant. Their snipers have to get picks, their Zen can get picks, their Hog can get picks. It's not based around, oh yeah, we're going to combo blank ultimate with blank and that is our win condition. So they don't need to wait for those to win fights.
Yeah, 100%. And they're going to go ahead and engage again. The monkey trying to do some damage, but just ends up getting destroyed as soon as he lands. Zero does get empty, and that's a huge thing. But once again, just like you said, ults don't matter, and neither do getting killed.
Nano Zira actually, but the problem is he's literally 1 HP and he dies with Nano.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like, even though Chengdu is getting picks, it doesn't matter because every single person on the team has potential to keep the game going and keep the ults and keep the kills flowing. And it's working so well for them as they just get, Chengdu Chats is trying to make a comeback, and it's a stalemate. They're not able to get any kills. In fact, they're going to get eliminated. Once again, Dash goes down, but does it really matter as they do back out for a little bit as Kelly is on the side trying to get some more picks.
Who now? They're actually gonna have to swap over to Ball to try and do some disruption. The problem is Marky pops Transcendent, so there's no disruption here, and Vexy takes that Diva over.
Yeah, they're going to continue pushing. I really like this Ball pick, but it's not going to stop Azalea from clicking heads. So much so, Vexy is going to get popped out of his Echo ult, but they're still going to make a solid advance. Genie does get Azalea, but trades for it with his own life, as Zip is just going to go in there and try to get the Mercy. He's all by himself, though, and getting dealt so much damage. Zero getting another Nano and getting 2 more kills. It looks like finally Z9 is going to have been stopped.
Actually, here's the problem is that you say that they are finally going to get stopped. They've been stopped this entire time. They haven't moved
in this push.
But they haven't moved the cart, I think, I want to say for like at least a minute to a minute and a half, which is really bad because that fight was winnable, but instead of winning it and pushing the cart, they just lost about a minute and a half.
Yeah, they're going to try to go in again. That's a good pick on Genie, but it's totally resible. Zero is going to try to distract them, but it gets canceled out of his Echo with the amount of damage coming in from Zip. But doesn't matter. The elims are coming in from Chengdu Chads. They're finally adjusting to Z9 once again. And Dash, inevitably, Dash is trying to make so much value coming out from his whole hog. He's able to get 2 more. And I mean, I thought it was over for Z9. I thought Chengdu Chads really had read them and were able to beat them at their own game. But Azalea coming in on a different hero, just pushing everyone back and gaining the second point for Z9.
Vexy copied Mercy. I don't think that was the intended target, but...
Misclick. It was a misclick.
Almost guaranteed. Like, there's no way he meant to copy a Mercy.
He's pushed
some players that Patega, but I don't think Vexy's one of them.
It seems that Z9 is pushing Chengdu Chads back a lot. And that's not good. Azalea goes down, and they're going to be surrounded as the ball inevitably goes in, trying to get rid of the supports. And because that, Z9 is just going to jump onto their own ball, trying to help them out, and they do get Marquis. It doesn't look good for Z9, as they inevitably lose this fight.
Yeah, they're gonna need to back out of this and just sort of like take this final fight. This spot right here, this church, is the like bane of anyone's existence who plays this map because it's so hard to take.
Yeah, Kelly really harassing this ball, trying to force them out of position. It does work. Ball has to go back. Oh, Zero's gone. Now you don't have anyone to nano. They're trying to go in, but Marquis cancels out the dragon with his transcendence and canceling out the mines. Dash is going ahead with the whole hog, forcing them back, getting 2, while Genie trying to cancel it out, getting 2 of his own, and it's a 4v4, but you don't have any tanks. How can you afford to do any damage at all? Zero trying to make up for their lack of tanks by copying his own, but Zip going ahead with his own ult, trying to get rid of the Mercy. It doesn't work out, though, as Genie is in the backline, trying to do damage, and Chengdu is collapsing onto the point once again. Is it going to work out? Genie is getting picks. Maybe he shouldn't be on flex support after all. It's very on and off for both teams as they're both getting picks, but Zera's cleaning up with the Echo and the beams and just wiping the rest of Z9, stopping them right here.
It was close, but That was a very nice hold at the very end by Chad. It looked like maybe Z9 could take it back, but at the very end, it was just...
Initiating match.
I do not have team name flipped. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, you screwed me up at the beginning. For the first like minute, I had the teams wrong. I was like, wait a second, Matthew's not on Z9. Wait.
I forgot to flip them because they flipped sides. Sorry about that,
You
chat.
ruined my day.
Oh, no.
How dare you?
Too bad. Still, though, that's a very respectable push. Like, I think it's very possible that Z9 wins this map.
Ready.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I'm cheering for Z9. Like, seeing them play these wacky comps and coming out, I'm really getting, well, Chengdu vibes, and I'm really liking it.
And now they're running double sniper, no echo. Vexy's on the Hanzo, another hero we haven't seen him on. How
Man,
many heroes can this man play?
He is such a good hero. I mean, he's such a good player with such a good hero pool, it feels like. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be good on the Hanzo, but I imagine he is. I'm going to be excited to see what he has to offer as they're running Pig's Feet with the true double snipers.
Okay, yes, Vexy is male. Azali is they then. Oh, so I'll keep that in mind. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Dash!
Oh,
You can't do Thrifty like that!
oh, that's huge. That completely cancels out what they were trying to do. Oh, they do have the ball, who's going to be in the back line, but they immediately noticed that. As they're going to give Chengdu Chad some space.
The
Just
problem
some.
you're gonna run into with this ball is that ball requires them to not hook you, and Dash is landing a lot of these hooks, so I don't know how much value he's really gonna get here.
Yeah, it all depends on the Hog right now, but they're getting flanked by themselves as Azali just gets jumped upon. Vexy trying to even out by killing Janie and giving Mikey enough space to res Azali, but with your tank line dead, there's not much two snipers and a Mercy can do. They do end up getting Matthew though, and that could be pretty huge, but with Ash behind them...
Oh! What?
Oh, but Fireclaw flew into the dragons. That's huge. It's a 3v3 now with the tanks coming back. Z9 can salvage this with Azali falling. I'm not sure. Everyone's coming back on the point with Bob.
I think Bob actually falls off the map. He ran right off it.
Oh my god. Matthew is slept out of his hook, and Dash gets Zero. Oh, with the DPS down, he gets Matthew as well. It doesn't look good at all. For Chengdu Chads, they're trying their best, but Z9 is just outplaying them. And they're forcing them back. This is such a hard point to take. It is inch by inch. They're trying their best.
This is so close. It's fucking ridiculous how close this is, and I'm absolutely loving it. Like, it's 2 minutes on the clock. They have so many ultimates on the side of Z9.
Yeah, what a wasted Bob to come out from Zero. I know Zero didn't try to do that, but I was watching him just run off the map. That's so unfortunate. Matthew trying to go up, getting ready to slam into them. And here he comes. He engaged, and with the mines, but they all bounce out. It's completely wasted. Zero does end up getting Azali, but they're not able to actually capitalize on it, as Matthew is punished. Both sides are taking eliminations as Thrifty Grain is separated from the rest of the group, and the tank line is just able to win the fight by itself. Zero gets Azali again, but is it worth it as the tanks are pushing them back?
Oh, that was a really nice look actually by Dash, because that makes sure that Bob isn't going to get nearly as much value because it's not in the middle of their team.
Dash is slept, and that could be huge as he is antied, hooked, and nanoed. That's a waste of a nano. He's 1 health.
The problem is he was nano before the anti.
They're going to collapse onto the first point. Can they get it? Vex is in the back line with Zip coming out with his ultimate. It's not going to be enough. Vexy's in the back line. Matthew dies. I'm in shock. I don't know what to say.
How are they winning this fight? They had no right winning that. They nanoed a Hog who died. And Mad was nano, but Zip just pops off with his own ultimate and Vex in the backline. I don't know what's happening other than
The tank line is coming in clutch today. It is so amazing what Zip and Dad are doing. Z9 can't even adapt to stop them. See, 4 seconds remain. Can they even touch the point? Thrifty's going to try.
Thrifty's gonna have to sacrifice his life almost for this.
Thrifty touches, but Dash is going to use that whole hog he has been saving his entire life for, and he's just going to get rid of Thrifty. Ball's on the point, but the tanks, can they even do anything against Hog? And Hog,
oh no, Fire! I don't see how they're possibly going to win this. Maybe Bob can pull something out of a hat, but it doesn't really look like it, and it does look like Xenon's going to take the second map. It looks a miracle play from Genie and
the
Zira.
DPS versus the rest of Z9 as Roadhog gets hit. They have to kill the DPS before the tanks come back, but the tanks are back! Lucio speeds the D.Va back into the thing, and they narrowly avoid Sigma's ult.
The problem is Marquis is now dead because Genie postponed him. This is still very winnable for Chengdu Chaz.
Genie gets another kill. He does end up dying, but isn't enough. It's going to be a 5v4 with the ball in the back line, as Matthew does end up getting dashed. Both kicks are coming out from both sides. As Bob comes in, you can't move with Bob there.
Oh no! Wait a minute!
What is this again?
What the f- was that fight?
Victory.
What the fuck?
What happened? What happened? What is going on? Why is Chengdu Chads getting Chengdu'd?
The game.
I mean, you can say all you want that, sure, Chengdu Chads, not all of their players are on their main roles. Sure, Fireclaw is supposed to be a tank and Genie's supposed to be a support, but they're not playing bad. It's just, these comps are so weird and so wacky, and they're working so well.
I'm losing my voice. And God, is it worth it to see Z9 really take Chengdu Chads? And, you know, honestly, it's such a disgrace. How are the Chengdu Chads going to get Chengdu'd?
Because I don't know. This is absolutely insane, and I'm loving every inch of it.
I don't know. I feel like when they switch sides, they shouldn't switch the names, because Z9, I think Z9 are the real Chengdu Chads of this game. Like, even if Chengdu Chads come back and win, you can't get more Chengdu Chad than what Z9 is doing right now.
Just rolling with the wacky comps that they can think of, and oh lord, Hanamura Anubis of Skya, thank you, Knock. This is, if I'm Chengdu and I see what Z9 is running, I honestly don't know what map you pick, because you don't know what they're coming out on. They could come out on the mirror comp and do decently well. They could come out on Echo and do well. They could come out on Hog freaking whatever. Like, it's ridiculous the choices that they have. And don't forget that Dash is in right now, but they could swap Juice back in if they want the main tank.
And Juice can match Matthew on the main tank too.
Yeah, this is insane, the versatility right now that Z9 is showing here. They choose Hanamura. I'm not shocked by this. I know that Hanamura is one of their best maps.
But is it going to be enough? Because right now, Z9... Look, we have to entertain the possibility that that map might have boomed Chad. They got full hell. And it looked close. It looked like they could win any single fight, but they didn't. They won some fights, but it wasn't enough to even cap a single point.
And that final fight, it looked like it was so close to being Chengdu Chads. They were so close to winning. All they needed was just one more kill. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, their DPS come back and the tanks come back and everything comes back. And it's just an absolute win for Z9.
I feel like this is okay, I'm gonna say it. This right here is the best match of League Zero Season 3. 100%.
Matches? Oh, definitely.
We have never seen such a powerhouse of a team taken for a ride of this proportions. They're trying to adapt. And let me tell you, if Z9 was not Z9, any other team, Chengdu Chads would have adapted and would have completely shut them out. But they just can't seem to adapt. Z9 just seems to, they just know what they're doing.
Yeah, they absolutely know what they're doing, and it's ridiculous because that means that they have practiced these comps, like constantly practiced these comps to such a point that they're this good on at least, I think we've seen them on 4 different comps so far. At least 4 different comps, and that's crazy to think about because this is the Z9 we saw last week that, oh god, I don't even remember what Z9 did last week. I can actually check the...
Yeah, no, definitely check.
That's it.
I'm cheering for Z9. I want Z9 to win this. I want Z9 to shut them out 3-1. I mean, how can you not? Seeing Z9 come out of the blue like this, just a complete underdog, that we all thought Chengdu Chads was going to take this pretty confidently, maybe drop a single map. But that was only because of the subs. But Z9 is on a whole other level. This might be a whole nother team that we're looking at. Like, I don't know what kind of metamorphosis they've been through, what kind of cocoon they've been sleeping in.
Oh my god, that was Z9's first and second map win.
What?
They've never won a map. They've been 0-3'd every single time.
What?
Wait, no. No, never mind. They 3-0'd Easy Clap.
Okay. When did they 3-0 Easy Clap?
Last week. So they went 0-3, 0-3, 0-3, 3-0. Yeah.
I think in the weeks we've been leading up to this match, I think Z9 has been eating this serial form of steroids and Adderall every single day to form into these alpha gamers that we are witnessing right now. And I'm impressed. Like, I'm going to be honest, Z9 is not something this is not what I expected. I actually predicted Chengdu Chads to take this 3-0. Even with Bun and the others out, I still think, Genie's pretty good. Genie's actually coming up on Tracer and Hanzo, and they've played it so well. You can't even say that Genie should stick to flag support because Genie's popping off. Genie's getting kills. But I just think, I'm going to say it, coach difference. Or comp difference.
All right. Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. Sorry. My Discord crashed. So that was fun.
Don't you love it?
We love to see it. When did I cut off?
You cut off when you were going to check.
Yeah, you said you're going to check it, then you cut off.
Okay, so the only game that Z9 has won was against Easy Clap, which
3-0, yeah.
After they lost Neglect, aka their star player. So that's not really saying a lot. Every other game has been a 3-0 in their favor. The only game that Chengdu has ever lost was a forfeit because they couldn't find a time that worked for them, and SFG was ready at the correct time. Granted, I think all of their games otherwise have been 3-2s.
They had a 3-1.
Did they have a 3-1?
Yeah.
But they had a 3-2, a 3-2, 3-2, 3-1, 3-2. But still, like, to have this team that has looked probably, if not the worst, the second worst team, now be 2-1, one map away from beating Chads in a series. Maybe not full power Chads, but a very good Chad.
Yeah, 100%. This, if they win, it's a statement to the rest of the expert division that they should not be underestimated. And I don't think Chengdu Chads are underestimated. Azir is just getting rid of Vexy, who has been very solid on everything. In fact, it's a little surprising that Vexy's not on the Ashe and Akali's not on the Widow, don't you think?
I guess it doesn't even matter as Azali kills... As Azali, better known as Peter, now kills both Adam and Zira, and that's probably just gonna be the point right now. Actually, 5K.
Oh my god!
Okay. Well, that's a minute cap.
We were talking about a Vexy the entire time, but we gotta talk about Azali. That was insane. 5 kills?
I mean, I can't stress this enough. Azali, Peter, whatever they go by now, they were probably going to be the best hit scan in this league until Bun joined. I don't know if Bun is better than them, honestly, because I haven't gotten to see them play against each other, obviously, because this is the only time they would have been able to.
It seems that Chengdu Chads is going for a Shimada comp. It's not going to work out as Matthew inevitably goes down, and Dash is just going to bowl into them, aiming for that strike and put a pressure on points. The Bob is a little bit of a mistake. I don't know why we're seeing that, but I guess all eyes are going to be on Zira and seeing if he can disrupt the...
Not really.
He's at all. He
dead.
can't. He's completely denied of anything he can do. And now it's... And now... Oh my god.
How the DPS are just demolishing the this is a clinic. This is a clinic.
It's a massacre is what it is. It's just I think that Chengdu Chats have gotten one elimination in this entire round, and that was Zira onto Vexy at the very beginning.
4 minutes and 34 seconds.
Is that a record?
Score 0.
I don't know if it's a record. It's certainly fast.
We need a League 0 record book.
I don't know where that is.
We do. Bring that up on the next meeting.
there
or
is
whatever
one?
you guys have.
I don't know where it is, if it is a thing. Oh, also, is your overlay right, or does the bottom say 0 to 2,500?
Ah!
Someone
The
DM
one
me and I'm
thing! The one thing I missed!
I'm like, someone DM'd
Dang
me
it.
and told me that it's wrong, and I'm like, oh, well, that's probably important.
I'm watching chat! Just put it in the chat!
But still, no, 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Dear Lord.
I think
It's disgusting.
they're boomed. Like that was, I feel like a Chads, the Chengdu Chads that we know, I feel like that wouldn't happen to them. I think they're boomed. Like they were winning fights in the neutral. So
this is nuts. I mean, I know there will always be the sort of thing of, oh yeah, this isn't Chad's at their full power, whatever, that's why this is so close, / Z9 may be winning this. It doesn't matter. They still lost. These are still very high tier players. Or they still could lose.
They still have their core, and that's what's really important right now. And the fact that their core isn't doing as well, especially against the second worst team. Can't you even call them the second worst team at this point? Because they're just popping off in every single way, and I don't think Chads can know how to deal with it anymore. I mean, inevitably, Matthew does get Marquis, with 30 game getting Vexy, but you still have a huge portion of Chads behind you, as Azali and Dash are just going to be dishing out damage from somewhere where you can't be hit. Matthew is hit with a huge anti. I mean, Dash is hit with a huge anti, and Matthew cleans it up completely. And right now, it's just a count. Azali trying to delay as much time as he possibly can for people to get back. I mean, sending the Bob in even.
It is kind of working though, as you do see that Zip is able to get back, and he almost has his ultimate.
Genie went on to Genji? Question mark? More picks are coming out from... What?
How do they win that?
More picks are coming out for Z9, and it looks like the favors are in the side of Z9. Azali does get stuck, and there is no rest for them. But
Problem is Zero's
Vexy is just
dead.
going to deny anything that Zero is trying to do. Vexy! Oh my god, they can just swap out whoever they want to put onto whatever DPS that they want. And it's insane. Akali and Vexy are doing so well right now.
They're outperforming Zera. Like, Zera was the league MVP last season. They're outperforming Zera in this
Isn't
game.
Zera in tier 2?
Zera is a Contenders Trials player.
That's insane. Vexy and Zera really showing up in today's match, and it's almost insane. Can they even do anything about it? Like, we talked about how... Oh my god. We talked about how Chengdu could adjust and really take it to 1v1 and put it in their edge, but how can you adjust to snipers hitting so many headshots? Like that one! That was huge! Mid-air shot onto the Mercy. Vexy is just going insane, and...
Not only that, Zera got nanoed by Adam, and Zip doesn't even get phased. He just turns around, rocks him, and insta-kills him. Oh my god. This is insane. They have 57 seconds, guaranteed a smaller time egg if they can even cap, which isn't honestly looking that likely. Sure, they have Blade, they have Valk, they have Pulse, they have a Metal, but is that really gonna matter?
Coming out from Matthew. Oh, that could be one. Could be crucial. As Genie unleashes the blade onto the masses, but he gets caught out by the mines. It doesn't matter though, as Chengdu Chads are able to stabilize, even if they've lost.
Are you sure about
the mine
that?
dip is coming out huge. He's insane. He's walking everyone.
Dead.
He
It's
gets
just
another
Zero
kill.
against tanks.
Oh my god, he gets another kill. The tank line coming in clutch. Zero's the only one on point. He gets dash, and it just ends up to being Zero. Azali, as more DPS comes back, it's a 4v5 right now. And Akali, Azali's by themselves. They do go to safety. Can Z9 clutch this out? Can they win?
They killed Genie and
They get two. It could be over. Chengdu Chad's trying to even it out with getting two and the res onto them. And it looks like they're going to get Marquee 2. They're going to save it. They're still in it. They're still in it.
Finally able to cap it.
After all this time, they're still able to clutch it out in the end. That was close. They're not going to be able to get the same time as...
they're guaranteed a smaller time bank no matter what. At minimum, like, basically 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this Genji, Tracer, Hog, and Ball Torture comp that they're running, but we're just gonna have to see, as it did work out in the end, but can it work out for the next 2.5 minutes? A Tracer tries to jump onto Vexy, but it's not gonna work. He's so highly pocketed that it's just...
Thrifty eventually kills MK, but is it really gonna matter as Bob pops on the point, which means that's gonna be a lot of damage on point.
Zero showing why he's the MVP. He's able to get two. Vex, no, never mind. Vexy just says no. He gets rid of the DPS as they're able to get a pick, but he's going to get 3. He's just racking up 4. It's insane.
What the? 6. That's a 6K. That's a 6K. What the hell is happening with these DPS?
Oh my god.
I can't fathom what is happening right now. This is absolutely insane. It is a clinic being put on by the DPS of Z9 right now.
They want this win so badly. You can hear the clicking coming out because they are tryharding so hard. They want it so badly.
My fire call!
Supports! Genie wastes the blade in the end. He's trying his best.
Master play by Zip. Master play by Zip. He eats the hook onto whatever his name is, Vexy, so Vexy can get one final kill before he dies. And it doesn't matter that they managed to get mines out, as they're just gonna lose this fight anyway.
Z9 is my favorite team. I can't. They're my favorite team. This is such a good team to watch.
They're gonna get overtime. Like, I almost guaranteed this is at minimum going to be overtime. The problem is, what ultimates do they really have here? They have mats, sure, but what's that really going to do when you're running into 2 ults and the fucking DPS? Who needs ultimates when you have Azali and Vexy on your team?
Yeah, they're just getting hits, and then we have the unsung hero of Zip doing so much as an off tank for the main tank. Azali gets Genie! That's huge. The res could be taken off, but that's a huge detrimental fight. They won't have res. They're not even going to res. Genie's gonna go onto the Tracer and try to get back as soon as he possibly can. Can it work?
I mean, we haven't
Are they
even
gonna be able
mentioned
to touch?
Think about it. Marky and MK are doing so incredible job of making sure they don't die, and they're keeping their entire team alive through all of this.
Matthew said it's over. That's it. It's over.
Shit!
They won. That's a 3. That's a 3K. That's 3K. How can they possibly come back? They're going to try their best.
There's no possible way. There's no possible way. Thrifty is the only one on point right now, and he's out of mech. He loses. Z9 wins 3-1.
GG's is called in the chat. They're trying to come back, but they can't. Z9 making a statement. The second worst team, no more, as Azali, Zip, and Vexy carry them to victory. This is insane.
Play of the game.
That was absolutely nuts. As we talked about the DPS in the tanks nonstop, like the amount of work these guys put in, but the fucking supports, like the fact that I do not remember seeing Marky or MK ever in that kill feed unless it was a team wipe. They were always alive. They always had good nanos. They always had good Valkyries. They were doing everything perfectly they possibly could. It's insane what this team just did.
You know, before the halftime, we had such high expectations for a really close game, but those mid-match adjustments coming out from Z9 just destroyed everyone.
That's fucking nuts. Like,
who we have there's a bigger issue on the table. Who are we going to name MVP of the match?
God, if I know.
Can we?
Can I just write like all of Z9, please and thank you?
Yeah, I want to write that. I want to write that so bad.
I that's what I'm gonna do, honestly. But
yeah, let's just do that. We're agreed. Now, anyways,
right, so,
we have to pick someone to interview.
Bakanje, he wants to interview.
Bakanje? All right, let's bring Bakanje in. We need to talk to Z9 because I need to know.
What casting booth is this one?
I think so.
Yeah, we're in one.
Hello,
Bakanje.
What's up?
What an incredible match coming out from Z9 versus Chengdu Chads. My first thing to say is congratulations on such a clutch match. And the first question on my mind has got to be who. I actually don't even know. How did you do this? How did you do it?
We came in, I don't know, came in like during scrims. We weren't really playing a lot of the standard comp. Or like a lot of the fucking like Reaper, Sombra, Lucio. We were playing more of like what we were playing in the match today. So I guess we were more comfortable on that. Also, Chengdu didn't have their starting roster, which kind of sucked for them. So I think that played a big part in winning. But
I mean, but even though they didn't have their starting roster, like, it's still, your DPS outperformed Zera. Like, there's no questions asked there. Your DPS outperformed Zera, and sure, Matt might not be their starting main tank usually. It's Fireclaw, and Genie's supposed to be a flex. I think they usually swap Matt out after, like, first map. At least I've seen it. And sure, Genie's supposed to be flex support, but no one on their team is playing bad. You just guys played better.
I mean, you know, Bakanje Sigma did make the diff, if you're gonna be technical.
Your Sigma was nuts.
It was pretty good.
We made the diff,
pretty good.
We made the diff. So yeah, I don't know. It was just a lot of factors, like, I don't know, a lot of factors coming in. We played well. We practiced. We got lucky because GGG had scrims. Yeah, I don't know. Our DPS really popped off.
You guys have been going on a negative win streak, rolled by the first 3 weeks, and only winning last week. where did this major change come from? Who
Uh,
decided to run these not normal comps and lead it to victory?
uh, Peter, like, he just started the scrims. He started saying like, I don't know. I guess he was like, "Fuck it, I'm not playing somewhere anymore." He just started he just started locking Junkrats. It worked. Started locking these random ass heroes. It worked. Uh, we picked up Vexy. I was able to switch over to off tank, which in my opinion that's an upgrade because I'm a decent off tank.
You're a
That's-
very solid off tank.
yeah, we'll say solid. And Vexy is really good at DPS. So just like picking up Vexy really helped because now we get to run me on my main role because to be honest, I'm not very good at DPS. I can play Sombra. That's kind of it. And we weren't the greatest at the standard comp. So yeah. Also, Dash played really good on whatever
When I
he was playing, like Ball, Hog.
when I saw you put in Dash, I was a bit concerned because I'm like, okay, that's 2 off tanks, and Juice is playing really well, but Dash just showed us exactly why you put him in. It's insane. It was insane to watch, and I'm so happy this wasn't canceled.
Yeah, I thought I just thought it was gonna get canceled, kinda, but happy it didn't. So
That all I can say is just a really nice job from you guys, and congrats on your win. Payne, you got any more questions?
What do you have to say to the rest of the league after this ginormous victory?
Bakanje Sigma. That's all I gotta say. I don't know. Like Bakanje Sigma kind of go hard, just a little, just a little. No. I don't know who we're playing in the Swiss brackets. It's either gonna be Love Muffin or Easy Clap. Probably Easy Clap, I think. Judging by schedule stint. Wait, who does Love Muffin play
No clue.
this week? Easy Clap. Okay, so uh no, either way, I think we'd be playing Easy Clap in the Swiss or first round of Swiss bracket. So yeah, Easy Clap is gonna get rolled by Bakanje Sigma. Any team we play after that, they're gonna get rolled by Bakanje Sigma. Yeah, that's just gonna happen. Gonna
I
happen.
mean, yeah, just all I can say is congratulations. You did a great job, and we're gonna let you go probably now to we're gonna let you go now to celebrate with your team.
All right, dope.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
thanks.
Bakanje. Okay, well, thank you everyone so much for watching that honestly ridiculous match. That was probably the best match I've ever casted, like hands down.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was nuts. Once again, my name is Hedwig. I'm the expert division coordinator. I'm joined by my lovely co-caster Payne, the absolute Pepega meme lord himself.
Ha, that's me.
Our wonderful streamer, knock on wood, and our guest show up at the last minute because he wanted to watch the insanity because I was talking about it in admin chat. Shunned.
Hello.
I can't update you on the scores of the other games. I can tell you that one
1-0.
game is current. It's right. SFG versus Newt Newts is currently being streamed right now. I would highly recommend watching that game.
We rating it after this. So.
It's going to be a very good game. Honestly, could be better than this one. And I'm not going to spoil what's happening with the other game that's not being streamed, but I will say that it's pretty close. That's all I'm going to say. Well, thank you so much everyone for watching. Once again, I'm Hedwig and Peace Nut.
Peace nut.